Hi, welcome back to my channel. So it's been a while since I recorded a video and actually posted one because I've been really busy with, you can see from the title, creating my first crochet pattern. And also last week I launched my first fashion collection, but we'll talk about that in a separate video. So what's the deal with this first crochet pattern? Well, I wanted to create knitted socks, but I tried before, I don't know how many years ago, so I was a bit disappointed. I tried again. So I just found this nice tutorial on YouTube and I tried to follow it. It's not about a tutorial, it's about me because I don't want to blame that person. I can't even remember which kind of video was that, but it doesn't matter. The problem is I started with a cuff and probably I knitted 3-4 rows, but I don't know, the tension, the thin yarn, the stitches in general, and especially the knitted in round just put me off, honestly. And I was like, okay, I don't think I'll be able to do this right now. I don't have the patience to do this right now. Mind you, I was on holiday, Christmas holiday, so I had like plenty of time to do that, but I want to try that again. Maybe follow a different tutorial or follow a different technique, or I don't know, different kind of needles. So that's my experience with knitted socks. And I'm so obsessed with myself because I see a lot of people knitting socks and I want to do that so badly. But meanwhile, I was like, you know what? Maybe I should start crochet some socks. I tried that before in the past. I made one pair, and to be fair, they were really wonky because I haven't followed any pattern because I never followed any pattern. That's the thing. So you maybe will be like, yeah, but you just created your first pattern. How can you do that without even knowing how a pattern looks like? Well, in my defense, I've been looking through the patterns, like what's the arrangement or what are the steps or stuff like that. But I never followed one actually because I'm really, really impatient. And I can't just, I don't know, I'm crazy. Don't mind me with that, okay? So I was like, okay, maybe I should make a crochet pattern. I mean, at first I didn't know it would be a crochet pattern, so I just made this pair of socks while I was putting together the first pair of socks. They came really tight here, so I didn't really like it in that way. Then I was like, okay, I will just take this pair of socks and maybe by looking at it, I'll find a solution. So I start crocheting another one. But then let me show you which was the first one so you have an idea what I'm talking about. Because obviously you can see I have a lot there. I made in total 9 pairs, I think, because I tried different sizes, different yarn arrangement, different colors. And obviously the first 3 of them were just a disaster because I used the first technique and I didn't like it. Let's start them from there because the top one is the first one I made. They are really cute actually, but the problem was, as you can see there, they are too tight. So what I've done was just performing sort of a surgery in the middle, cutting through the yarn and then adding more stitches. Was just really, really crazy. So no, it didn't work, but I like the color and I like the border there, so I wanted to keep that. But you can't really see the toe and here. That was the first pair. I didn't like the arrangement and the sewing was a bit difficult and strange. So I tried after this another pair. I already used those, that's why they are so strange and peeled. So I done the same technique as with the first one, but I didn't like this part here, the foot top. It became really wide for some reasons. I like the yarn because, of the colors. They look really nice and really random. But I don't know, I still didn't like the form of this. Same with this one, it was more like for testing, but because of the yarn and the colors and how they arrange in those socks, I honestly didn't like those at all. I think at this pair I realized I really don't like how I arrange that pattern. So I changed it, not really completely, but maybe 70% of this pattern I changed the things. So one day I was just looking at some socks I had, and I was like, okay, maybe if I look at them like flat, maybe then I will just realize in my mind how I should do this. And then the idea sparked in like in just few seconds, and I came up with this one, which looks way better than that one. Obviously, you won't know the difference just by looking at those because they look really similar, but the way you crochet them, the way you go through the steps is really different. That was my fourth pair of socks when I realized I really like those. Also, with this, what I didn't like, when you wear them, they just gather around here. That's why I didn't like the pattern. They just go and gather around the side of the foot, and that was just driving me crazy. So then I realized I need to change something major to make those fit perfectly. So I made those yellow ones. Obviously, they don't look like the others because I just used yellow. Then I realized maybe I should make them more interesting and keep the border here, which I had for the first ones. And then to make them more rustic, which is the name of this pattern, rustic crochet socks, I changed the toe and the heel with a different color. So then I made those, and I was sure this is the pattern, this is what I need to do, and this is how they should look like. Obviously, they just look weird if I hold them like that, but when I wear them, they look different. So I will probably insert random pictures with all of them somewhere. This one, which is supposed to be for my husband, but I took the measurements wrong, not because I put them wrong in the pattern, just because he wasn't at home. Instead of writing the measurements with the night before starting the socks, I was just like, okay, maybe I remember. Obviously, I remember wrong, so a bit smaller than his size, but it's fine because I can give them to my dad. Also, they are shorter than the other socks. I mean, the cuff is shorter than with this one because he wanted them shorter, which is adjustable and measurable. Then I made another pair, the pink ones. I really like this one. And then I made another one for my husband again. He said they are really warm and toasty, so really nice ones. Short again and just way bigger than the blue and gray one. And then I made another one just because I needed to take some pictures with the steps of this pattern. I'm wearing them right now. They are really nice and really warm. So I've been talking a lot about how many socks I've done, but I don't think I actually gave you too many details about this pattern. So this pattern is crochet flat because I wanted this to be beginner friendly. I don't think crocheting in a round is really helpful when you are a beginner because it's really hard to count the stitches and realize which is first stitch you crochet in the previous row. Is a bit difficult. I know it's not for everybody because people don't like to sew. Some people don't like to sew. So this pattern is more for people which like to crochet flat and then sew the pieces together. The pieces are attached. All of them are crocheted in an attached way, but you need to sew them at the end. So let me explain. Starting from the cuff to the toe. It's working like that, but it's working in two different sides. So you have the cuff like this, but it's flat, obviously, because we saw that at the end here. But and you crochet this kind of knitted stitch, let's say, and go up and down, up and down, up and down until you finish all the cuff. Then, when it's flat, you start with the heel and go with the sole, and then the back of the toe. You go back and start crocheting the foot top with this kind of stitch, and then go down to the toe again. And then we sew the pieces together. They are already attached, but you just need to put them together to look like a sock. So you start at the top and go down there and stop right there, because if you use a different color, obviously you'll have to sew the heel together with the same color so it doesn't pick up the stitches through the fabric. So you sew this part of the heel and then the other part and go down with the same color there and go to the other side and go down there with the same color. and then you are left with a toe and start on one side, doesn't matter this or that. Once you have everything sewn together, you go back to your cuff and crochet this border here, another bow obviously. Same color, different color, you can play with this a lot. So that's the thing with the socks, they are crochet flat and involves sewing. In terms of crocheting those socks, they can take just few hours in a day to crochet them completely, because it's not really difficult. The time consuming crocheting part is the cuff. If you go for long size, if you go for short one, then will take less time obviously and less yarn. I used acrylic because I've done so many of them, and I don't see the point in investing a lot of money in just crochet socks to wear inside the house. Obviously they will peel because it's acrylic, but if you wash them by hand and don't put them in the tumble dryer as I did, I knew it will happen. They will look like this. I mean, they don't look that bad. And just a bit of peeling, but it's not really bad. And as you can see, they are becoming softer and bouncier rather than this one, which wasn't washed yet, because it's acrylic and it becomes soft when you put it in the tumble dryer. I mentioned how much yarn you need for this in the pattern, but honestly, I can't remember from top of my mind right now. I think for toe and heel and the top border, I don't think you'll use more than 30 grams maybe, but for the rest of this maybe 50-60 grams. Anyway, I don't think you'll need more than 100 grams of yarn for those socks, which is a really good stash buster, because as I said, you can combine whatever colors you want. So yeah, that's the pattern. Let me know if you like the idea, or maybe you'll give a try, and if you do, please let me know and send me pictures or tag me in the posts. Well, another thing I want to tell you is that I'm working on a lighter weight version of those crochet socks, because I think they're fine for inside, but I want something you can wear outside with loafers, or I don't know, Mary Jane's, why not, and a cute dress because spring is coming. So this light version of them will be done with this kind of yarn. Well, I'm working on those and I finished one sock. I like them, but they are not quite what I wanted. So I will swap this fluffy yarn for something else, more lighter, more spring-ish. Because right now, I don't know, they feel a bit, they are thin, really soft and really light comparing to those. But the problem is, I feel like they look Christmassy. I like them, but I don't like them for spring. So probably after I finish this, I'll buy another yarn. Oh, I hate this thing. Honestly, I have so much yarn, but the problem is when you design a pattern, you need to try to use yarn that people can buy as well from the shops. I feel like it's easier to buy the yarn already made with a label so people can know what you are referring at. Because if I just tell them, the thread, I apply this in fall, you can do that. It's not working like that, because you won't meet the gauge and the socks won't look like this. So that's with the crochet socks. Next, let's talk about finished projects. First thing I finished this year was a tea towel, and I will insert the picture because it's outside in our gazebo. The second thing I finished, I think, is this jumper I'm wearing today. It's with some yarn I bought from a scrap store or cardboard. I can't remember honestly. It was a long time ago. But the label inside of the cone said 20% wool and 80% acrylic. Honestly, it's not itchy and it didn't peel. I washed it. Obviously, I wasn't using the tumble dryer. That's with this one. I will insert the picture with how it looks like when I'm wearing it, not just sitting on the sofa. The next one is another jumper, which I also started last year, like this one. Well, with this one, I don't know if you can see, but in the middle, they're exactly in the middle of the jumper is a line, which is weird a bit. Maybe you can see it, maybe not, I don't know. The problem is I wanted this to be a cardigan, but in the process I changed my mind because I'm not really wearing cardigans. So I was like, no, I don't think you will wear that. So what's the point in making something you are not wearing? Because it's not the first time when I done that. I mean, I have a box. When I say a box, it's like a big box with jumpers I made over the years, which I'm not wearing because they are too cropped. Because I was in a phase a few years ago when I done all the jumpers really cropped. My style changed since then. I like more baggy clothes, more less fitted things. But because initially I thought it will be a cardigan with a really wide bottom band. Obviously, now it's fitted. As you can see, it's small, it's not really large, it's not really boxy as I wanted, but it's too late. I don't know if I really like this that much, but I'll force myself to wear it because I worked a lot on this. Well, this is some yarn I had from different kind of stores and projects. It has this weird boucle yarn, which is a bit scratchy, that's why I don't like it really much. And then it has a cotton and some thread. I know. I don't know if you can see the colors. There is a lot of pink and gray, like small speckles. And that's the thread. I bought a lot of spools of thread because I'm working on different kind of garments. But I had too much of pink and gray. So I was like, well, maybe I should just put them together and mix them and match them in a way that I can create yarn. Why not? And I done that for another project. I can insert a picture there. I'm talking a lot. I will insert a picture with this one as well. The next project I finished is this vest, which honestly at the beginning I thought it would be a big fail, but now I really like it. I like how it fits. I don't know, I like everything about this vest. It's really easy to wear with a shirt or whatever you want to wear it with. Or you can even wear it like this in the summer because it's really gappy and airy, and it's cotton which I bought from Turkey last year when we visited Antalya. It's a bit heavy, obviously, because it's cotton, but it's not bad. Um, it's not really warm, but not cold, when you put it on your body. So I like the thingy. I don't know. I like the pattern I chose. I like the buttons as well, which they are from charity shop. I guess that's it with this vest. Work in progress. Let's crack on with this one, otherwise I'll be talking again and again about different kind of things. Well, this is a skirt which I made in November last year for my birthday and my holiday in Malaga. The problem is with the skirt, I left a slit here to insert a zipper, which it was done, but I don't know, I just didn't like it. And I need a lining for this because of this shell stitch here. It's a bit gappy, and the double crochet as well is a bit gappy. So I really want to close this slit here completely, add some elastic and a lining, like an incorporated lining to the skirt, because I haven't had that before. So maybe that's the reason I wasn't wearing it, because it looked really weird with a night dress I had underneath. So I need to find a fabric which matches this color. Okay, so it's the next day because yesterday I was talking and talking and talking and my camera battery died. So by the time it was charged, it was already dark outside. So, I said, I'll pick this up tomorrow morning. So let's continue with my working projects. This one with a cute bag. I crocheted the flowers and I sewn them on this tote bag. Something nice, I guess. This interesting scrap yarn jumper is a combination of stitches and a lot of different yarns that I have in my stash. So this is how it looks like if I expand it. It looks like a blanket. So I don't know if I said that. Maybe I like them knitted like this or crochet like this, and then just flip them in and put them together, and just sew the parts that need to be sewn. Obviously, until you finish one row, it's taking a lot of time comparing to when I'm crocheting or knitting them separately. I mean the front and the back part of the jumper. But in a way, I like it because once I'm at the armpit, then things are going easier and the jumper is nearly done. And then I have the sleeve at this stage. Obviously, I'm doing increases. So just few details about this yarn. This is acrylic, the white one from a charity shop. This is a blue mohair. I bought this from Turkey, Antalya last year. And this is a cotton from Hobby Yarn. I had this for too many years. And um, the white in this is a combination of more yarns. Why not? I have the same white one as in the blue combination. Then I have a fluffy white one which I harvested from a thrifted jumper. And then I have 3 strands of this white sort of boucle yarn maybe. I think it was from those 2 bags I bought from Carbot a while ago. So that's the project. I just need to do the other sleeve and I'm trying to finish this week because I want to start on different projects and I'm on a ban for starting new projects until I get at least one finished from those things, because this I started last year in August and it's still in this kind of phase. So yeah, next one, cute little bag. This is a crochet one. I got this yarn from Facebook Marketplace, so I have no idea what this is. But when I tried to burn this with a lighter, it didn't melt like acrylic. It smelled more like hair. So maybe it's wool or something. I don't know, because it's really soft. So what I'm doing here, I'm using this stretchy stitch and I'm just crocheting vertically, like starting there, go up and down until I'll finish this. And as with the other one, I'll do back and front together. Have I said it will be a jumper or blouse, more like, because it's really thin. Then I apply those flowers on this bag. If you are interested in this kind of things outside, you know, the usual crochet knit, you can just be creative in different ways. Right, so this is acrylic, both of them. I have this kind of boucle yarn and then just a plain acrylic. To be fair, at the beginning, I was thinking maybe those colors won't apply well together in terms of shades, but I think it's nice. I don't know. You tell me if you like it. I think with this kind of stitch is blending in nicely. So again, I'm using the same technique. And then I'll just put them together. But looking at this now, I feel like it's a bit too tight. I wanted this to be bigger, but this is all the yarn I have. So I hope it will be enough to make this with sleeves. Because as you know, crochet stitches consume or use more yarn than knitted stitches. So if I done this in knitting, there won't be a problem. Won't play yarn chicken, but with this one, probably, I don't know. Another cute bag, which I made from a skirt. Here is another blend with a lot of yarn that I have. This 80% acrylic and 20% wool. Then this one, which is 60% cotton and my hair is everywhere, honestly. um, Never mind. 60% cotton and 40% acrylic. Then I have this from the same bag from the cardboard. I don't know what this is. Probably is acrylic from the feel. I can feel it. And this one, which is really fluffy and soft and obviously really thin, like more like a thread. But honestly, I don't know what it is because there is no label inside from that bag from cardboard. So I don't know. Then this is the project using the same technique and just put them together whenever it's done. The only problem I have with this so far, apart from the fact that I think is a bit tight, again, this yarn is peeling and it's stressing me out because I hate this about clothes. It's just annoying. I hope it won't peel that much. But if you look at this, the navy blue is just picking up really nice through the black. And I really like this about it. I wasn't sure at the beginning I should ply those yarns together, but now looking at it, it's actually really nice and it's really tangled. And if you can see that there is a reindeer charm, which means last time when I worked on this, probably was around Christmas, because it's really dark yarn. It's difficult to work, especially in the evenings, but now because the days are longer, maybe I will work more on this one. This bag is done from the same skirt as this one, just with the scraps I have left. Then the next project is a crochet one. I feel like I'm just alternating between knitted and crochet projects. It's not intentionally, honestly, it was just a thing. I have this one, which is pretty much the same as the dark navy one, same bag from Carbon. And then I have this paint box, which is cotton. I started with the collar because I was thinking maybe it's the time to crochet something from top to bottom, because everything I do knitted and crochet is from bottom up to top. So maybe I'll do this, but I'm not really into it. Then I thought maybe I should do something vertically, like a summer project. I don't really like the colors together. The white is too brilliant, the pink is too magenta, and I feel like they are not working really good together. It's something I'll go back to it when I have an idea how to fix this. And then this one, which is not really a work in progress project, I have alpaca with cotton and another strand of cotton, which is from Antalya. And then I have a small swatch because I wanted to see which kind of needle size should I use for this combination, and if it's soft enough. And it's really soft and stretchy, but the problem is it's a bit gappy, so I don't know if I really like it with 5mm needles. Probably will work better with 4mm needles. I'm avoiding casting on this one because I don't know what stitch I should use. Usually I'm really basic with my stitches. It's more like 1x1 or 2x2 rib and then knitted stitches. And I want to try something new, something more fun. I want to try cable knitting, but not with this color. Probably won't be really visible. So for now, it will just stay as a make be project until I decide which kind of stitches I should use for this, and needles as well. So that's it with work in progress projects. And now let's skip to yarn acquisitions. Guys, I think I have a problem. But mind you, this is not from this year only. I started buying them in November last year. I bought this yarn and colors must have from Hobby, Green Forest. I really love this color. I can't wait to wear this. And I have sort of a project in mind for each of them, but I don't know when that will be happening. So I think I bought 10 of those. Then I got the paint box, which is rich teal. It's really nice and really soft cotton. This one will be a blouse as well. Probably I will knit with them because if I crochet, I don't think will be enough 10 balls of yarn. Then I bought the blue one, same paint box. This is summery sky blue. I have some sort of fluffy yarn which I bought from a charity shop and will work really nice playing with this one. Again, something knitted. The white one, which I already showed you with magenta, because it was my birthday and I never had some fancy yarn or something. I wish I could buy something more fancier than cotton. So I bought this Rowan alpaca classic 25 grams. It's 57% alpaca and 43 cotton. It's really soft and fluffy and I love it. I love the colors. But the problem is I think the yarn is too thin and I want to apply this with something else. But again, I don't have something that will work with this crazy teal. So until then will just stay on my shelves. So then I bought this Mood to Rowan alpaca cotton. Again, this is 57 alpaca, 43% cotton, and I will be using this with the other cotton from Turkey to create this project. That's with Hobbycraft. All of them were from Hobbycraft. Those things are, I bought them from Abacan, Emu or Emu, wherever. Classic chunky, 100 grams obviously is acrylic. It says premium acrylic. I'm sure it will peel like crazy, but for this project I have in mind, I didn't want it to spend a lot of money because it will be more like a prototype of something. I literally dreamed about it. I bought this one and the pink one, and then this one, which is Emu Snowball, 20% wool, 80% acrylic. This jumper will be really crazy. I already made a diagram for what I want to create. So I had a dream about this sweater. It was with black and pink and two swans in the front, somewhere in the middle. So in the black there was a fluffy pink swan. There will be a line on the middle, you know. You obviously you can't see the line, but you will see two different sides of this jumper, pink and black. So where the pink side is, there will be a black swan, a fluffy one, and I have the yarn for that as well. I'm using that fluffy yarn for another project I showed you, the one with black and navy. So the swans are just facing each other, and the black swan will have like a bow tie and the pink one will have a crown. I don't know, maybe it sounds crazy because I'm trying to explain it rather than you see something visual. But I think it will look really nice whenever I'll be able to start that. I don't know when, and I don't know if there will be a pattern for that because I'm not really good at terms when it comes to knitting. So maybe if it's working out quickly and it's not really complicated, maybe I'll do a pattern. Then, because I couldn't just stop myself, I bought the burgundy version of that Emu fluffy yarn. It's about 530 meters or 580 yards, so that's a lot. But the yarn is really thin, so I don't know what I will be plying this with yet, because the other one is already plied with the cotton in my head, and I don't think they are working together anyway. So now let's go into this bag. Everything what's in that bag is either from charity shops or Facebook Marketplace. So first we have this chunky big cone of this really thin yarn, but I really love the color. Obviously they are acrylic, is what else can be. Yeah, so it's a lot of yarn and I will be applying this with, it's not really the same shade and it's more fluffier than this one, but is a, again I think it's acrylic as well. But I really like them. Obviously they won't be enough like applied in two, so probably because this one is bigger I'll do 3 strands of this and 2 of this, depending on how this will work. It's really a lot because it's thin and it's a combo of gray and black, sorry, of gray and blue navy, and I thought this will be perfect for a recreation of a denim skirt but in knitting. This one, which I really like, I like the color, and it says pure new wool. The fact that it has the label is really good because you can see also some instructions here how to wash it. And a red one, which I believe is acrylic and wool, from the texture and from how it feels like, and you know, that's the whole thing I had from that cone, which probably will be enough for a nice thin scarf. And this green one also was on a cone, probably again something wool blend or something like that. It's really nice. I love this color, but that's the whole thing. So again, maybe a thin scarf. Then this one, which is really nice, but is not working with this rowan. It's too light for this, so I don't think it will work together. Then a brown one. This is really rustic, really scratchy. I don't know what I'll be making with this one. Maybe some socks. I don't know. I don't know yet. Then a gray one, which has a baby inside. It's really soft and nice, and I love this kind of grayish blue. And the last one is another green. I love green. I'm obsessed with green, honestly. Highland green, but it doesn't say. Made in Scotland. Probably some of this is vintage or really old, like from 1970s or something, because the lady said she had it for a long time. So yeah, I love this green as well. Probably there are more in my studio, but honestly, I don't know. I just grabbed some of them from the shelves because sometimes I forget what I bought and I'm not sure when I bought them. So that's my yarn acquisition, work in progress, um, finished objects, and my crochet pattern. As I said, I don't think the light version of the pattern will be done by the time this video will be up, because I need to order some yarn. I need to really carefully think about this project this time and whether something will actually work for spring. So yeah, that's all with this video. I hope you enjoy this kind of thing. Let me know if you like the garments I made and the projects I'm working on, and if you ever want a pattern about these things. If you buy the pattern for my socks, please let me know how this is working, if you like it, if you enjoy it. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me on my Instagram. You have all the links in my description. So guys, I'll see you next time with a video about my first fashion collection. Until then, take care and I'll see you soon. Bye.